Hey everybody, my name is Miles. I'm the owner, founder, and operator of Canaan Lasers out of northern Indiana, and I am putting this YouTube channel together. This is my very first video. It's a pilot, so guys, just bear with me. I promise I'll get better. So the intent here is I have a social media presence for what I do, but I don't really, it's not really personable. You know, I don't spend a whole lot of time on camera or any of that myself. I mainly focus on my work and what I do. And it kind of dawned on me that it gets a little mundane, a little monotonous at times, and it's always the same thing. It seems like rinse and repeat, right? So I wanted to do something a little bit different and kind of give you guys a deeper look into what I do and the process that's involved in it. So not only am I a certified Cerakote applicator, but I'm also a Type 7 FFL. So I specialize in custom firearms and all that great stuff. But with that said, I've kind of started down a different journey. So I am a member of the Veteran MX Foundation. Motocross is something that's always been very near and dear to my heart, and off-roading. And I'm also a veteran. So I was in the Army for a while. I spent a couple years in the Air Force as well. And I've always had a heart for veterans and active service members alike, law enforcement, first responders, doctors, nurses, firefighters, police officers, you name it. And first and foremost, I believe that it takes a very special individual to have such a selfless career, and I have a heart for that. I really appreciate that. All my brothers and sisters in arms, I love you guys tremendously. So this is mainly, well, let me back up. This is to do what I said previously, to give a further dive into what I do and how I do it. But this is also meant as a way to spread the knowledge and experience that I've gained over the years, just turning wrenches on my own bikes, rebuilding engines, working, so on and so forth, and how I design stuff for engraving, how I go about Cerakoting, etc. I figure if I can put something out there and help somebody, just one person even, then it's all worth it. I love Jesus. That's a very, very big part of my personality. I'm not going to be like Bible thumping on you or anything like that, I promise you. But I do believe that, God has a special place for soldiers and service members alike. I can't say thank you all to you guys enough. I figured I would kick the YouTube channel off today by doing some work on my 2016 YZ450. I love this bike. This thing's awesome. I don't know, you can't really see behind me, but we have the side-by-side right here. That's for my wife and daughter. And then we have a couple quads sitting in the back here. One's over there and one's over there. And then we got a couple more dirt bikes just sitting over off to the side of the 450. And I have another dirt bike sitting right there. I forgot about the KTM. So I maintain all of my own equipment and do all of my own work. I'm very meticulous in how I do things, and I figure if I can do it myself, I can save myself and buy better parts, buy better tools, so on and so forth. And it helps to have those things, like when you're at an off-road park or at the track too, in case something breaks. I have here a FMF Powercore 4 that I just ordered for this guy. It's not the full system, it's just a slip-on, but this is something very easy, and I figured it would be good to launch this pilot video with. So we're just going to do a walkthrough on this, and I'm going to open it, check it out, and I'll show it to you guys here. It just showed up, I don't know, maybe an hour or so ago, and I had to go get my hair cut for a wedding this weekend, so I just kind of postponed it until now. So without further ado, guys, I know I bored the crap out of you in the very beginning with my little intro, but here we go. So let's see. Oh, and it's important to note too, I was gonna go with the RCT system for this, and you know, put the header on and so on and so forth, but the ultimate goal here is I want to end up getting a 2024 450, and I'll probably just keep this one as a backup or just something to mess around with. So that's why I only did the slip-on. And I noticed the weight difference between the RCT and the Powercore. They were both like, I don't know, 5.1 on the RCT, if I remember right, like 5.7 pounds on the Powercore. So I figured, hey, I can save, what, $300, $400 for this bike, and just, you know, get something that's going to give me a little bit and kind of make it look cool, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. And I also am expecting a GYTR tuner to show up so I can kind of dial this thing in, but man, look at that. So that's a pretty pipe, guys. I really like that. No scratches, no dents, no nothing. It's plugged off. Set that aside for this time being and see if there's anything else in the box. Hopefully I got some cool decals or something to put in my toolbox. That could be wishful thinking. There it is. So, oh, here's the spark arrestor right here. Okay. I guess I didn't look down in it far enough. But yeah, so if you buy this, all this comes in the kit. Looks like you got a washer, your nut bolt, looks like a metal gasket, and dude, that's like 3 or 4 of these decals. Sweet. So as you guys will see over time, as I take you, I'm in my garage right now, obviously, and as you'll see over time, when I take you guys down to the cave, so to speak, where all the fun things take place, you'll see why I'm excited about decal stickers. So it looks like 3 of them came, or I'm sorry, 4 of them came. Sweet. I'm gonna move the camera a bit so you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing here. So we're gonna be working a lot on this side of the bike. Okay. So it looks like what we gotta do is we're gonna do this flange here, pop this bolt out, and then pop that bolt out, and this should just slide right off. Change my socket out. Boy, that sucker's on there. Okay, well, we'll call that good for now. Alright, let's see. And then just kind of turn it. Boom, off she comes. Thing's kind of dirty, and it's quite a bit heavier, it feels like, compared to the FMF pipe. But I know there's a gasket in here, and I don't know if I'll have to reuse that or not, but we'll see. So I'm just going to set this off to the side. And something I've always been in the habit of, guys, is cleaning my machines as I go. When I was in high school, I took a small engines class, probably like most of you have. And I remember Mr. Moore was his name, down in Greenwood, Indiana. And he would always say that, you know, happy tools are clean tools, a happy shop is a clean shop is a happy shop. Now, with as ridiculous as that sounds, it's always just kind of been a thing that's rang in my head into adulthood. And I wouldn't say I'm a neat freak, but kind of a neat freak. So I like to clean things as I go, and just keep them in optimal condition, even though I beat on them. And what I use is this stuff right here. It's called S100. I was rebuilding a couple, about 3 years ago. I had a Ducati Panigale 1199 and a Ducati 1198. And I did the full Desmo service on them myself because there's no way I was going to pay a shop. Like, I think at the time I was quoted like $3 grand to do each bike. So I just decided, hey, I'm going to tackle it myself. And I ended up saving myself, let's see, I was $600 into just the specialty tools and the shim kit and all of the parts. And I saved myself, what, $2,400 in labor. It was ridiculous and well worth it too, because when you do your own work, you know exactly what's into your stuff. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit here. Careful not to get any of this stuff in your pipe. I feel like that should be a no-brainer, but I've seen crazier things happen. So just cleaning the surfaces up here a little bit. You know, I'm not gonna be like OCD about it right now because this bike is going to be going and getting ridden, and every time after my wife and I take any of our machines out, we always power wash them, clean them really well. Just, I mean, as you can tell, this thing, we just had this out by what is it, Battle Creek, Michigan, last weekend, and I mean, it was covered in mud. Which that's another video that I'm going to be doing soon, is with that side-by-side. So as I was going, we came up to this big mud puddle because we had gotten some rain, and I went through it on this, and my wife was right behind me on the side-by-side, and I buried this bike in that puddle probably up to about right here on the frame. And no sooner did I get out of the freaking mud and I turn around, and all I see is a big cloud of smoke and our side-by-side sitting in the middle of it. My wife just looking at me like, oh, I don't know what I did. And, we drove it out, got it home. It was spitting and sputtering a little bit, so I'm suspecting that the airflow sensor or something is clogged or blocked or has buildup on it, because the air filter cover was just caked in mud too. So took all that off. The air filter was wet. So I'm hoping that I don't have anything more serious on my hands with it, but we'll dive into that probably on one of my next videos. Just gonna reuse the stock exhaust clamp. Not a big fan of this per se, but whatever, it'll work. So let's grab this and see what we can get ourselves into here. Okay, so we're going to take this little cap out right here. Just pop that out. And no, it does not have an exhaust gasket, but I am going to just try to slide it in here and fit it to see if I can get away with not using it, which it looks like I can do exactly that. So this clamp is not going to work. It is way too big, which is to be expected. I kind of expected that because you can see the diameter on this guy. It's way bigger. We'll just take this guy back off for a second. And we'll do something a little bit different, which I almost got to wonder if it's even necessary to use a clamp. I don't think it is. So we'll try this, and if it doesn't work, I will buy a clamp and I will put one on it. On the 250 that's sitting right here behind me, it does not have, it didn't have a clamp or anything on it either. It was just like a friction, like a slit fit almost. So I did think that that was very interesting because on all my two strokes, it's not quite like that. And yes, I'm aware there is a massive difference between a two-stroke and a four-stroke. These are just my, this 450 and my 250 are the first four-stroke dirt bikes I've ever owned. So we'll just tighten that up. Tighten that up. And that's really all there is to it. So, and as I'm noticing something here, which I'll show you guys, is this bolt is missing, which wonderful. I'll order another one, or I might have I'm pretty sure I have a kit laying around here that I can just throw a bolt in there. Let me look real quick. What else I do, guys, is I always keep a lot of different bolts and miscellaneous stuff, because you never know when you're going to run into a situation like this and possibly need one. And so right now that's a little that's not cool. I don't like that. So I'm going to order a new bolt kit for this and replace it. These are just some beat up plastics that I have. I have a brand new set of factory plastic for it. They're just not on it at the moment. So let's do a startup video real quick, and we'll see what she sounds like. And I'm not really wearing the right shoes for this, but hey, it is what it is, right? Okay. The moment of truth is upon us. I'm hoping that it's not going to run too bad without a tune, which I don't think it will, but we'll see. As you guys can see, it's actually running really good. Just the way it sits, but here, I'm going to move you over here, and I'm just going to rip around the yard just a hair for a minute, and hopefully you guys can see me here.